Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida signed landmark legislation stripping the Disney company of its authority to control, as if it were the government, the land area surrounding all the Disney activities in Florida. This is the type of relationship between the state and the government, which should never exist in a free society. Excuse me, the state and private enterprise, which should never exist in a free society. Private enterprise must rise or fall on the basis of its ability to service its clients, not on the basis of its ability to garner special relationship from the government. I mean, we all know how this came about. At the time Disney went down there, where it is now was a swamp. And the powers that were in Florida, in both political parties, wanted to lure the then biggest entertainment facility in the country down to Florida. So they gave away the store. Here's the land, buy it cheap, write your own laws. We'll stay out. You be the police, you be the government, you collect the taxes. We'll leave you alone. Who wouldn't want a relationship like that? But when the government does that, it, of course, raises everybody else's taxes because Disney pays none or very low. That shifts the burden. The government never spends less when it collects less. It just finds the way, when it's collecting less from one taxpayer, to collect more from the others. So this is doubly unfair. Government can't and shouldn't be in the business of picking winners and losers and picking favorites. In the first place, the government knows nothing about how to operate a business. It doesn't know a winner from a loser. All it knows is people who obey it and people who pay its taxes. The fact that it chose Disney and helped Disney to become super rich is a testament to the weakness of government and Disney not looking a gift horse in the mouth. Now this legislation demands $700 million in back taxes. That's probably not fair because Disney did everything that it did, expecting it wouldn't have to pay those taxes. It can pay taxes going forward. Are retroactive taxes constitutional? In my opinion, they are not. In my opinion, the clause of the Constitution that prohibits ex post facto laws, laws that are effective back into time, prohibits all laws that are effective back into time. But that's not what the Supreme Court has ruled. The Supreme Court has ruled for over 200 years that the ex post facto clause in the Constitution only prohibits retroactive criminal laws. It does not prohibit retroactive civil laws. When Bill Clinton first became president, in his first year of presidency, he and the Democrats raised taxes. If you remember those days, the Senate had an exact 50-50 tie. So it was necessary for Vice President Gore to cast the tie-breaking vote to raise taxes retroactively. People that felt it was unfair challenged it, and the Supreme Court said, no, we're going to throw your challenge out. Retroactive tax laws, retroactive civil laws, changing relationships retroactively may be unfair, but it's not prohibited by the Constitution. So I don't know where the $700 million tax bill will end up, probably in some compromise. But I'm glad that Disney is no longer receiving the special status that no government or no entity or person should receive. Look, taxation is theft. The government is taking money for services that it doesn't deliver, and the services that it delivers basically stink. But that type of theft and miserable delivery of services, I suppose, should be fair and should fall on people's shoulders and entities' shoulders equally, without special circumstances being given to anyone.